Okay. I'm like the prize for journalists.
Yeah, that's the Pulitzer.
Have you guys at your grocery stores, like for like at least 3 months now?
Ask me more grocery questions.
No.
Ask him what milk costs.
I forget I'm the only one here who goes to the grocery store. Like it's like
I got the app.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I go physically to the grocery store like a fucking serf.
Woody, how much a gallon of milk cost?
They,
gallon of regular milk. What's it cost?
I'm gonna guess $4.05. How'd I do?
That's fine.
I did okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm off milk.
I paid $3.
Okay.
The eggs though, it's like multiple months now. Like at least 3 months of them having that fucking sign up at the eggs where it's like no more than either 2 or 3 cartons per person. And sometimes I'll go there and like because I buy them in 18 packs and I try to get like the better, like browner eggs with those darker yolks because they taste better. And they like someone's not following the rules because it'll be like clearly there should be more eggs here and there's not. Like some people are definitely buying, like they're doing like self-checkout for
how much did your eggs used to cost? Because that's relative too. Some people always bought the cheapest eggs when they were $2 a dozen. I usually bought $5 eggs anyway. And that's what eggs still cost. That's what cheap eggs cost now. So I just buy some cheap eggs if I don't want to pay $10 a fucking carton.
Yeah.
$1 egg is just, it's like,
it's ridiculous. The eggs I'm buying right now for 18 of them is like $7.99, I want to say.
Yeah. If you go to Costco, they're like $9.50 for 2 dozen. So it's like $4.75 a dozen.
That checks out.
Taylor question. I'm curious. You said that there aren't the egg availability that there used to be. Used to be probably shelves filled with eggs.
Yeah.
Do you ever walk home empty-handed, or do they still have some?
Oh, no. The worst it's gotten is like
you have to forage.
They'll always have 18 pack. No, I buy a lot of eggs because I like eggs a lot, and so
there's a nest out back.
Probably every 4 days, I go and get another carton of eggs or so, and like I get the 18 kind. And the worst I've had to go down is they've never even been out of the 18 packs. I'll just have to go to like that white styrofoam crappier eggs, as opposed to like the dark brown where it's like these ones are fed bugs and other options are like free, whatever the hell, free range. But I've never actually shown up and had them out of anything. That's some Soviet shit.
Not even out of your preferred. No, they are sometimes out.
They've been out of the ones I like the most, but there's never even been a time where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to get 2 12s instead of 118. Like they've always got something.
You know what I did look at because I was curious is how much it would cost to have egg-laying chickens in your backyard, and I went down a whole rabbit hole. I was on Reddit, and these guys are like, they're like,
no, your dog will kill them.
They're like, you can't have 1 or 2 hens. You must have a minimum of 3. That way, if one dies, they still have a buddy. And I was like, oh, okay.
That checks out.
I'm like, but that would be kind of interesting to have egg-laying chickens in the backyard. Just have free eggs every day. But no, I don't want to deal with chickens.
They would be annoying to deal with, and my neighbors wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I thought the neighbors won't like it, and also like the dogs would be. I can just see little Murphy would be eating their eggs out there. They'd be pecking him.
Yeah, that's your egg. Yeah, your baby.
And Toby would be eating a chicken.
He might eat a chicken. He did kill that big fat squirrel, and I was so proud of him when he killed that squirrel. He was huge. He's like, look what I got, boss. I was like, oh God, that's the biggest squirrel I've ever seen, Toby. Good job.
Did you accept the gift? Did you?
Cal's the only like dog owner that likes dead birds on his doorstep. Like, you know what? There's a good one. Well done.
You get them.
I've saved so many. They fly into my gym, and then the dog, if I don't get to them fast enough, the dogs kill them. But I go in there and like climb all over the gym equipment and like capture them in a blanket and free them out into the yard.
My dogs. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still going.
They're
ahead. So old at this point. Sometimes they get stuck in the couch, right? Like they lay towards the back of the couch, and their fucking 6-foot long legs are like elevated, and they're just like, Dad, I got myself into a jam here. Can you do that thing where you slide me off the side again?
Damn.
At least you'll always notice them. Like it's not like Murphy getting caught in a couch. Like you can be in the kitchen and you're looking over the back of the couch and just see 4 spindly legs like sticking way up over it.
Murphy sleeps on my pillow.
Poop by accident, just where they are. They still poop on at right from the source, 2 inches from it. And I'm like, it somehow doesn't seem like a good reason to put a dog down, but it's
Close to a good reason
that to be a motivator, right? Like,
Yeah.
can I just point to the fucking cantaloupe on the side of his rib cage and say that was the real reason, not the poop? You know, that tumor that's bigger than like almost human
when
head
they
size?
see your dog, they're
Really?
gonna say, I know this is hard, but he's going to a better place now, and you're doing the right thing. Your dog
That's a good dog.
Of course they're going to say that, Kyle. What vet would you go to where they're like, you're a fucking monster, you know that?
No, they'll do that. No, they will. That happens. People take puppies to
Really?
get them put down, and people have to, like, there's all sorts of crazy shit that happens.
No.
But
That's fucked up.
We
no,
have
that
one
sounds
dog
like-
that looks like a skeleton and walks like she's in pain.
I
She
mean,
doesn't-
come on, Woody. Come on. You're gonna have to go put that dog down. I'm
In
sorry.
pain is a good indicator.
That's a good reason. Like, you know, she'll go to sleep and she'll wake up in puppy land and it'll be all over, all the pain. It doesn't hurt, you know. They hit them with that
No,
anesthetic
it doesn't.
first.
No,
That's true, but it's not easy. They're your friends.
It's my role
I
in the family
know.
to put the dogs
I
down.
just did it.
So I do the thing where I go to the vet and they put their head on your lap and you watch it fade into gone. So
Don't stick me with that.
it is not painful. It looks kind of nice, actually.
You have an appointment after this? You put me down?
What are you doing?
But it's still sad. And I'm like, Jackie, do we do a 2-for-1 thing here? Like, you try to take both.
Yeah.
So they don't have to be without the other one. I would take them both.
I hadn't thought of it through that, looked at it through that lens.
Yeah. It's rough. I hated putting old Rocky down, but he was fucked up and he had to go.
Do you ever sense
cried
him
and cried.
even now?
No, I got his ashes on the fucking bookcase over there. I look at them all the time.
Are they in a bag or did you put them in something nice?
They're in a bag that's in a box, like a presentation. When you pay for the cremation, it comes with, there's a whole what do you call it? Package. There's a whole package that you buy. I think the main thing was which urn you wanted and whether you wanted a solo burn or a cremation or a group cremation. And I'm like, solo, don't throw my big boy in there with that the ruffians and fucking street dogs and shit.
My
Like, give
dogs
him his
might
own
be
cremation.
immune to this group cremation. They're like, dude, you took the whole oven.
I'd be like,
we couldn't
look,
fit a chihuahua in there next to him.
so it says here it's $130 each dog extra for the solos. Could we be honest with me? After you throw these two in there, how many more dogs could you really even fit? Let's make it 50. 50.
I could do this in my yard poorly. Like,
Very poorly. Yeah.
very poorly. Yeah, wouldn't be
Remember
I
Wings
hate
said
that.
he used to shoot his dogs? And he
Who?
convinced his Wings of
Wings.
Redemption said
Yeah.
that he would take his dog to the swamp and put a bullet in their head. And that was the manly way to put down dogs where he's from.
Sure.
And I'm not from where he's from, but is that a thing people do?
Yeah, I shot all my
if they're
dogs
really,
growing up.
really sick, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My grandpa's done that. Like,
No one in Ocean City does that. They don't walk
Yeah.
into like their neighbor's sidewalk and just put the dog down.
his
No,
problem now.
Take him to the beach and just float him away.
Yeah, that Rocky's when I had to put that dog down the other day, that was the first time I'd ever actually taken one to the vet and gone through the medical way of. Actually, we had our dog put down in the house a while back. The other Pomeranian that was really old, she was 17 or something. But growing up, I would just shoot them. Seemed humane. You know, they instantly die, and it's like oftentimes the reason they were being put down was they're in an enormous amount of pain right now. It was like in World War II when you're like blown half in two. Like shit, you know, if a dog gets ran over by a tractor, we're not going to scoop his guts up and drive him to town. You know, you just got to.
Yeah.
It's
What did you put him down with? Like you just pop a
Whatever was
slug
handy.
in a 12 gauge?
Yeah, you just want to vaporize their skull. It's the smallest thing usually. There was always a 22 Ruger like in Dad's like truck that was just like a ride around gun. So usually something like that. Cause you know you don't want to blow your poor little pupper apart.
Yeah, no
you know?
shit.
It's fucked up. It's the whole
is.
situation's rough.
It's a downer.
It is nice. It doesn't feel nice, but it is nice when a dog's health just falls off a cliff, right? They're coasting along, they're aging, it's whatever, and then bam. We had a dog, Brandy, yellow lab. She had some sort of like cancer thing in her mouth that was getting worse. And then one day, just blood and pain, and like it was clear. It's go time. Like this needs to be done. And maybe we were even selfish because it happened on like a Saturday, and we're like, all right, Monday we're doing this, and we did. So we had a little goodbye, and then that. Our current dogs, it's been a long, slow fade, and there is no perfect day.
Yeah,
it's harder. Anyway, this is probably not a good topic.
I know. No. Yeah, I would recommend like yeah, it's a shitty topic, but it's I would recommend they'll come to your house and do it, and it might be easier for somebody to come because then you don't have to deal with the transportation to the vet and like getting them in and out of cars because that's going to be a mess and a bitch and a half. The
difference between our situations is my son. I think I'd rather just take it away and have it vanish away from his observation, or you could probably achieve both at the same time somehow. Like maybe he's out of the house during that time, or maybe you do it out in the barn or the garage, and because they take the dog away. I don't know. I'm just thinking they're big dogs, and I know, and they're sick and crippled, so getting them in and out of cars is going to be. When I was last at the vet, some old man had an even older dog that couldn't get back in his car, and I'm like, I'm like, hey, sir, can I help? He's like, oh, I'd love it if you would. I'm like, good, because he wasn't going to. I'm like, pick his dog up and put it in there.
The gun's in the back. Let's both. When you guys, or when we all die, your urn, if you're going to do I think we've all established we're down with cremation. Do you want it to be? How much do you want it to like dominate the room of your family's home? Who keeps it?
Well, there will be
I want it to be.
There'll be a presentation that it's going to be like one of those Billy Basses. So you'll walk past my urn and like it'll start.
And it's your horrible fucking Lovecraftian face sewn onto a fish, turning.
Put me in the water. Take me to the river. I'm in hell. This is real help. Whoa, that was dark. Yeah, he had a dark sense of humor.
He did. It's in his will. We don't get anything if we don't leave the sensor on it. But
what about you, Taylor?
It's wired into the wall. We can't unplug it.
I want it somewhere where they're forced to remember me all the time. On the mantle near the television. If their TV is like over the fireplace.
In front of the TV.
Like when they're trying to laugh at season 107 of The Simpsons.
You know the country song?
I'm there. They can't even laugh at it.
There's a country song called Prop Me Up by the Jukebox If I Die. You know that song?
No.
Prop me up by the jukebox if I die. I don't want to go to heaven, but I don't want to go tonight. Fill my boots up with sand. Put a stiff drink in my hand. He wanted to be cremated and stuck by the jukebox of his favorite honky tonk if he died. That'd be interesting if cremation
or taxidermy.
Yeah. If you could if taxidermy would advance to the point where you'd look like a wax museum version of yourself, for example. I think I might
make me more attractive. I'd like that.
It'd be an accurate representation.
No, I want to be taller. I want to be jacked.
I'll never forget Taylor and his six-pack.
Everyone remembers that.
Did he really have 4 arms like Goro? Yeah.